Hello, and thank you for watching my video. Today we're looking at another in the Elite Specializations for Guild Wars 2, and today we look at the Warriors Elite Specialization, Berserker. Now, the Berserker is an interesting one because obviously we already have a stat set, and in fact, this is what I'm running. I am running a Berserker, and I am a Berserker. I'm a Berserker. I'm a Berserker squared, if you want. So all these stats are generally Berserker. And let's talk about what we get with the warrior. First off, the weapon. We actually get a torch. You can see there, I've got my legendary torch, Rodgort, and that gets equipped onto the warrior. And the warrior's torch skills, first of all, we get Blaze Breaker. Smash your torch into the ground, creating a deadly shockwave that conditions foes. So we put out a load of burning and do damage. Boom. That's actually a pretty cool animation. I was in the wrong position for it. But skill 5, Flames of War. Cleanse conditions and become a mobile fire field that burns nearby foes. When the field expires, it explodes, damaging foes and burning them again. So this should be pretty cool. What we're going to do, we're going to try this out on a couple of creatures here. By the way, my name's Zerkazadi. So here we go, we've got a hyena. Let's use the burning skill. Boom, and it's on fire. Then use the mobile fire field. Look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. We're doing a load of fire damage, getting fury as well. That's pretty cool. Then what do we go to? We actually get our healing skill. Our healing skill utilities and our elite are rage skills. This is a new type of skill that's come into the game. Now, rage skills, it says heal yourself and gain increased critical hit chance. Critical hits heal for 1% of their damage and grant bonus adrenaline. So you can see here we gain heal and we get this rage symbol that comes out. So for a few seconds, we actually gain health upon our hitting. Next we have Wild Blow. Lash out with a critical attack that launches your target. Your target flies backward with such force that they knock back other foes in the way. It's kind of like a bowling ball, really. So let's see if we can do that. Here we go. Wild Blow. Boom! Look at him. That was a huge hit. What did we hit for there? We hit for 9,000. Wow, almost 10,000 with Wild Blow. Okay, we're going to use Modern Wolf. Boom! Look at that fire skill. We're having a lot of fun here today. Then we got this Berserker skill. This is actually what happened with adrenaline. Oh, can't go that way. So here we go. We're going to keep going in combat so we can keep our adrenaline going. I mean, damn, doing a lot of damage. Oh. Our next one, we actually have Shattering Blow. Now, summon a rock in front of you and then shatter it to gain adrenaline and send rock fragments at all foes in front of you. Boom! Look at that. That was cool. Love that. Do it again. Boom! With the interrupt. That's when he knocks him back. Man, you just feel like a boss when you're knocking these guys back. And boom with the mobile fire field. Really good for might here. Much better. You can actually say better than the elementalists, perhaps. So here we go. We'll get the rock again. Shattering Blow. Boom! Interrupt. Loving it. Great animation. Sundering Leap is the next rage skill we actually have. Leap to a location and gain adrenaline. When you land, deal damage and inflict conditions on all foes in the area. So we're going to take on the Salamander Drake here. And here we go. We're going to leap forward and boom, boom. Pretty cool. Doing a couple of thousand damage. And the rest of it we're going to use and a bit more fire. Boom. And we're going to go rock. Boom. And then bam. Loving it. The next one we actually have another one, is Outrage. Break out of stun and gain adrenaline for each foe near you. I doubt that this will get much use, really. It's pretty lame, to be honest. It has use in some situations. Our elite, Headbutt. Stun your target, stun yourself, gain adrenaline if you hit. Boom. Oh, I didn't hit it, did I? Okay, sorry, let's try it with this troll. Ready? Boom. Oh, he gets stunned for a lot longer. Loving it. So that's just some of the different options you've got there. And again, boom. So the Berserker has some interesting changes with this particular particular area of expertise. Then we have Rage. We've gone Berserker mode. It changes. You know, you're getting a lot of different. Your skills are doing amazing. So you see here, Flaming Flurry. What else can we attack? We need to attack something. Ah, damn it, we lost adrenaline. So we lost our Berserker. Let me try it and, well, you know, we've got 3 minutes. We should have plenty of enemies. Let's just try and demonstrate what this Berserker mode does. Because, honestly, I actually haven't I watched the streams that we had, and I've never really, been like, okay, you go into Berserker mode. does it mean you do more damage? Okay. Come on, come here, man. So here we go. Try and find, here we go, there's a lot of enemies. Try and leap forward.
Get them off me.
So I'm going Berserker mode. Oh no, damn it, I pressed F1 instead of F2. Going healing skill. Let's try a few skills out. I'll show you the traits in just a second, guys. Let's go F2. Here we go. We go Berserker. And then we press F, the Flaming Flurry. Meh, it's okay, I guess. You're being in Berserker mode, you're supposed to be doing a lot more damage. But there we go, we're transformed. That's it at the end of... You know, it says when you go into Berserk mode, gain adrenaline and attack speed boost and access to primal burst skills. I mean, what it is, you actually get... I'm not going to cover every single weapon, but you are supposed to get a individual different weapon skill. So what we're going to do, I'm going to swap into Greatsword. So we've got Greatsword as the other weapon here. So let's see what that actually does for us while we're in combat. So we're going to press F2. And so we get this new skill, as Arc Divider. Boom. So that's not bad. But I'm just not seeing what fantastic ability the Berserker actually has. I don't know, to be honest. You know, I mean, the stuff that we actually get, these rage skills, I've got to be honest, they're not fantastic. You know, what is the difference between being in this mode and, you know, not, and being normal? You get this quickness, okay, you get a couple of stability, but generally, nothing fantastic. You can see here we're doing enough. This is just general greatsword damage, you know. There we go, doing some cool skills. This is what we normally get with being in Berserk mode. So you can see here we have the F1, our normal greatsword skill, and then if we go into Berserk mode, you can see here we use the F1 skill, and then we can just keep going, we keep attacking, we're just going to keep building up our adrenaline. Boom. So this is what's consistent, you know, you're getting a lot of adrenaline at once. Use F1 skill again, keeping that adrenaline going, keeping attacking. So if we go into it again, we'll go into Berserk mode, we're getting swiftness, quickness, and stability, and boon application. So just let's have a look at this. When we go into it, you can see here, we're getting it every 3 seconds. A little fun fact, this is one of the few places you can actually glide interior. How about that? You can see I'm in Berserk mode, but there we go. Let's have a look at the traits we have. So, as I said, I'm a bit disappointed, honestly, with the Berserker. I don't feel it's fantastic, especially some of the utility skills. But let's look at the Berserker. You gain Primal Rage. Here's what you actually get, the difference in your F1 skill. So, for example, you can see the differences. The axe becomes Decapitate. The F1 skill, which is usually Arching Slice, becomes Arch Divider. And generally, you know, you've got your F1 skill changes. And that actually is Berserk mode and the Primal Bursts. We then have Smash Brawler, reduces recharge on Primal Burst skills and Berserk mode. We have when you use a rage skill, set nearby foes on fire. Savage Instinct, activating Berserk mode, break stuns and remove conditions. Your first strike when entering combat generates adrenaline, or extra adrenaline. Always angry refreshes whenever Berserk mode ends. So this gives you a big boost of adrenaline. Blood reaction, a percentage of precision is given as a boost or a bonus to ferocity. This bonus is doubled in Berserk mode. Heat the Soul, reduces recharge on torch skills and gain condition damage when wielding a torch. So this is for those condition damage warriors out there. Taking fatal damage while in Berserk mode ends Berserk, but heals you. So that can be pretty useful as another way to survive. Bloody Roar, taunt and bleed enemies when you activate Berserk mode. Gain Fury for each foe you taunt. Increases the duration of burning you apply. Critical hits against burning foes, spreading... critical hits, against burning foes, spread burning to nearby foes. And gain stability while in Berserk mode. Gain stability when you break out of stun. Overall, what is my impression of the Berserker? You know, a lot has been spoken about, like, for example, the Dragon Hunter, and, you know, a lot of other different elite specializations that they're not up to scratch. The Tempest, for example. having played Berserker, am very disappointed. I generally will not play it. I don't feel it brings anything new to the class. I don't feel like it makes my warrior better. There we go, look. Gliding interior. Whee! There we go. Look at this. Yeah. Anyway, that was me being a little bit sidetracked. The elite specialization, the Berserker. So we get the rage skills. We get a different way that it changes each weapon's F1 skill. But fundamentally, a lot of people don't even use the F1 skill because it can give you a boost. You know, in certain situations, a lot of other people do use it. For example, on the rifle, it's very useful. But will it be useful, and will the change be beneficial for the warrior class? I don't know. You know, if you look at, do we get adding quickness, swiftness, stability? It just, I don't see the benefits. The benefits aren't there for the warrior, in my opinion. And so, although this may change, obviously this guide is supposed to help you out and show you how the rage skills work. It's all about gaining adrenaline so that you, when you get up to the maximum amount, you can go into berserk mode. And it's a rage skill along with the rest of these. So you're actually boosting yourself up. There are, of course, I'm maybe just a noob playing this, and people mastering the Berserker are doing a lot more damage. But I have to say, playing PvP, I've not encountered many Berserker warriors, and so even with the swords and the torch, it just doesn't feel powerful, which is a bit of a disappointment. But there are going to be elite specializations like that. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on the Berserker. Have I been particularly harsh on the Berserker? Do you think that the Berserker is actually a decent elite specialization? Please let me know in the comment section below. But for now, I'll see you on the next video.